So, I'm just sitting here by my window. This is what I do when I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting here by my window, but I just got this really nice voice message on Instagram. Oops, I'm trying to turn it up. Hold on. Got this really nice voice message on Instagram from Chef Sheena. She had some questions.
Peace and good evening. I am new to your page, and I hope that this message finds you. And I also hope that this message finds you in a really good place. I am trying to dig through your entire life of you and your son, and not trying to ask the same question. So forgive me if I do.
She's so nice, isn't she? And you have a really nice voice, BT Dubs. If you see this, Chef Sheena, you have a really nice voice. I can listen to you read the encyclopedia. Second message.
But I wanted to know, how do you navigate your everyday life?
Such a good question.
How do you manage just your personal well-being in every aspect outside of your son? Because I share a similar experience, and I find it that we are super hyper-focused on our children, but it would be so nice to see how other people navigate their everyday life, dating and living and self-care. And forgive me, again, I am new to your page, so maybe I should scroll a little bit further down. But I'm just curious to know how you navigate aside from your son.
OMG. So it's crazy that she asked, because I feel like, I was just thinking the other day, I feel like people feel like I have it figured out. And, I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing a good job. Ste'ce's doing great. But back in the day, when my kids were younger, probably like most of y'all's are right now, I did not. I was not doing a good job of taking care of myself at all. And it shows now, that I'm older, but I feel it. I feel every bit of 40, honey. But anyways, look, trying to crack my neck right now. But anyways, back in the day, I didn't have it figured out at all. And managing my personal life, I just wasn't. Okay? I just wasn't. There was a time where I just didn't talk to anybody but my family, and that's it, because I didn't trust anybody to take Ste'ce when I wanted to go out. I didn't trust anybody. So I just didn't go anywhere. If I wasn't going with my kids, I couldn't go. If my kids can't come, I couldn't go. That's how I was. And that's honestly no way to live, because you can love your kids, but it's healthy to spend time away from your kids, because you need adult time. You need adult time, okay? And you need alone time and sleeping, while they're taking a nap, or cleaning up while they're taking a nap. That don't count, okay? It don't count. I know y'all think that's self-care. It's not, okay? My therapist said it's not self-care, okay? We need to do other things, get someone to basically be you for a little bit. Take care of your kids, do whatever. Get away from your house. Get away from your house, hang out with other adults. Do adult things, you know what I'm saying? Then when you go out, feel comfortable enough not to, keep checking on him and keep checking on him. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to check on him, because I'm getting away from the subject, okay? But anyways, my point is, I wish back then that I knew what I knew now, because I feel like my turning point in actually starting to take care of myself came when, I realized I was just doing everything. And I was doing too much. There's, at a certain point in a kid's age, they should be doing certain things for themselves. You know what I'm saying? washing their own clothes, for example. Putting them away, folding them and putting them away. They should be contributing by taking turns with you cleaning, like dishes and such. There was a certain point in my life where I was like, I'm tired. I'm doing everything and I was working. And I got to take care of Ste'ce and Heaven. So I was like, I'm doing way too much. So I started teaching Heaven how to help with the chores because she was very willing. She was like, what are you doing, Mom? Like, I want to do that. So I taught her how to, do basic chores. Like, I taught her how to do her own laundry. And then I taught her how to clean the bathroom. Like, she used to follow me everywhere when I was cleaning. She just wanted to do it too. So I taught her. And maybe she was like 7 or 8. Could have even been younger than that. My sister actually has a picture of her at 5 years old on a step stool putting laundry in the washing machine. But anyways, my point is she was young. And you really don't think about, like, can my kids do these things that I do at that age? You really don't think about it. But you definitely should, because they can. They just might not do it the way you do it. But they can do it. They can do it. So that was my turning point when I realized that once Heaven started doing her own laundry and, folding her own clothes and putting it away, and she was taking turns with me doing the dishes and stuff like that, like, I felt lighter. And so at that point, I was like, I don't want to be doing everything for my kids, like, when they're grown up, like when they're 16 and 17. Like, I don't want to do that. So let me go ahead and teach them now. And then another thing, as far as, like, personal life, like, you want to date, you want to go on dates, you want to go and do adult stuff. I actually, unfortunately and fortunately, I had to go on deployment quite a few times, and I had to leave Heaven and Ste'ce, and I had to leave them with people that, on a normal basis I probably wouldn't. But, I had to because I was overseas and such, on the boat and such. And, at first I was very scared. And I was like, these people are not going to take care of them the way I take care of them. What if something happens? What if they don't know what to do? But there was nothing I could do. I had to work. And, like, no matter what, I couldn't just be like, okay, I'm coming back home. I couldn't do that. So, like, eventually, as time went by, like, I had to just trust that they were okay. And trust that, all the stuff that I taught them, they're going to use it. And they were okay. They were okay when I came back. They were thriving, actually. They were fine. And after that very first deployment, I was like, man, I was worrying for nothing. Whole time I'm worried and they're fine. They're having a good old time, actually. You know what I'm saying? They living their best life, pretty much. And I'm over here worried, sick. That, they're not okay, and they are. So think about that. Like, and my first deployment was 10 months. Think about that when you're like, I need a babysitter, but I don't trust somebody to be with my kid for 2 hours. They're fine. Honey, trust me, they're fine. Trust me, they are fine. So I just had to get out of that mindset of, my kids are not okay without me, because they are. They are. And especially if I just want to go out for like 3 hours, that's nothing. Try 10 months, okay? Try 10 months of worrying. But no, I get it. I definitely get it. But that's the secret, I guess. You just got to get out of that mindset of your kids are not okay without you, because they are. I'm sorry to say. Obviously, they need you, but if you're going to be going for a couple of hours, they are fine. And whoever is taking care of them has it under control. And if they don't, they're going to call you. They will. And you can just come back if you want. But take that first step. Trust that person to take your child for a couple of hours in their own environment, if you can. That's usually better for the child. In their own environment. Make sure the person knows their routine, knows everything, that goes on before you leave, and then leave. Okay? Don't linger. Just leave. Okay? Just leave. And once you get out that door, you're going to worry. You're going to want to turn back, but don't. And that's the secret. Independence, instilling independence in your child, even if you think that they cannot do something, a task. Like, for example, for a long time, I did Ste'ce's laundry. Even after, I taught Heaven how to do laundry and all that, I didn't teach Ste'ce because I didn't think he could do it. I feel very guilty about that. And it's hard for me to say that, because look at all the stuff he's doing now. But independence, putting that independence in your kids. And the more you put that independence in your kids, the more you will feel free to just go ahead and let them be. You know what I'm saying? The more you will feel free to just be like, I'm going out and I know you okay. And if you must, put some cameras in the house. A lot of people ask me why I got cameras. I got the cameras when, I came to that revelation that my kids were fine if I left them with someone else. I got the cameras then because I was still worried. I was still worried, and I'm not going to lie, that was the only way I actually got out the house. When my cameras came in the mail and I set them up and everything was working with the app, and I made sure that it still worked when I was away from the house, then I was like, let's go. I was out in these streets, honey. Out in these streets, and I had a good old time, okay? And I wasn't worried because, and then, too, I didn't bother the babysitter because I was just checking the cameras. Whenever I got worried, I would just check the camera. And then I would go about my business. This is rude train for me every time I'm trying to talk. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. I hope I'm not talking too much. Am I talking too much? Anyway, I'm going to tell y'all a little story. I thought about this because I know, it's easier said than done. Just go out. Just do self-care without your kids. I know it's easier said than done. But I have this little story for you guys because I was just like you guys. I kind of still am. I just do everything for everybody. I just take care of everybody, and then I leave myself out. And not on purpose, but, I'm just so busy taking care of everybody else that, you know what I'm saying, I forget about myself. I'm just like you guys. I'm still kind of like that. About 7 months ago, I was, doing my thing. I was working. I was cooking. I was doing social media for Ste'ce so that he have money. I was taking care of my kids. They were teenagers, but, they still required my time. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing all those things and taking care of my house and everything. And I had a ER scare. I'm not going to go into details, but what came of it is that I'm too stressed out. I was too stressed out. So after that hospital visit, I was there for 3 days. After that hospital visit, I talked to my therapist and I told her what happened, and she was like, why are you doing all that stuff? What's wrong with your kids' legs and arms? This is what my therapist said to me. She's an older black woman, BT Dubs. Shout out to Miss Butler. But she just started going off on me. And I'm talking about yelling, yes. Why is you doing all that stuff? What's wrong with your kids' arms and legs? They work? Do they work? Because why you coming from home doing the dishes? What's wrong with your kids? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sharing the load with them. I wasn't sharing it. And so then that's when I decided that I cannot take care of everybody if I'm in the hospital. And it's point blank. Because when I was there for those 3 days, and even after, Heaven had to take care of me. I couldn't do a lot of stuff. Heaven had to take care of me. And she also had to help her brother way more than I wanted her to. Just because I hadn't been sharing the load. So it's but thank God Heaven stepped up. Because she actually stepped up. She was very mature about it. And she was like, every time I tried to get up and help her, she was like, Mommy, go lay down. And then she would bring me food. She would come and check in on me and be like, Ste'ce's fine. Everything's fine. He's eating. The dogs ate. You know what I'm saying? I'm washing the dishes as we speak. Do you need anything? Your water bottle getting kind of low. I'm going to bring you some more ice water. She was really stepping up. But she shouldn't have had to do that. If I was taking care of myself, that would have never happened. So I said all that to say this. Learn from my mistakes, okay? It took me a long time to realize I need to take care of myself. And now I'm 40. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking care of myself now, but better late than never, you feel me? But you can do it now. You don't have to wait, because you have this information. And honestly, don't ever not give your kids a task because you think they can't do it, or you think they're not going to do it like you do it. At least it's getting done, honey. And now you don't have to do it. So start teaching them. Start teaching them how to take care of themselves. And later on in life, like, it's not going to happen right away, but later on in life, you will feel much better about going out and doing you. And slip in that self-care, please, at least once a month. At least once a month, because you cannot take care of nobody if you in a hospital. Okay? You can't. Okay? Bye.